Hey everyone, it's Sarah, and today I am back with another subscriber requested video for you. So I was recently asked to talk about milky or lactonic fragrances, which I actually have quite a few. I may even have enough to do a part 2 to this, but I will tell you half of these fragrances are Duo fragrances because I tend to get a lot of like milky perfumes from Duo for some reason. But anyways, I'll leave those for the end and I'm gonna jump right in. I'm gonna start with one of the lighter kind of milky fragrances or kind of lactonic leaning fragrances that I have. And that is this one here from Lonen. This is Lonen Modern Princess. And this is actually an apple scent. It's got a really, really beautiful creaminess to it. If you could just imagine like sweet tart apples topped with cream. It's gorgeous. I love this scent. I think it's so underrated. I never hear anybody talk about this one and I absolutely love it. It's a pretty spot on dupe for Victoria's Secret Oh So Sexy. I think this is cheaper than Victoria's Secret though, and I feel like Lonen is probably better quality, so I would just go for the Lonen. But yeah, really, really beautiful, creamy, milky apple scent. So anyways, that is Lonen Modern Princess. Next, we have a Dreamhouse Acaria scent. And this is one of the first scents that I thought of when I was thinking of milky and lactonic fragrances. This is a fragrance called Bea Flor. This is honeysuckle, and I think this has got a little bit of coconut in it if I remember correctly, but I'm pretty sure this also has like a milky note in it. Some kind of like a creamy milky note. It's so beautiful. It's such a beautiful, sweet floral. Yeah, it's a really beautiful, sweet, creamy floral. And I'm quite sure it's got some kind of a milk note in it. It's absolutely stunning. It's an absolute beast of a fragrance. You will get a good 8 to 10 hours out of this easily. It's really beautiful. This can be worn all year round. I really love this one in the heat though. It's just a stunner of a like milky floral. So anyways, that is from Dreamhouse Acaria. That is called Bea Flor. Okay, next we have a fragrance from Compto Su Pacific. This is called Vanille Extreme. And this is such a beautiful milky vanilla. This is really, really sweet. It's a really sweet, oh my gosh. It's a really sweet, very creamy, milky vanilla. It is absolutely stunning. I love to wear this on its own. I love to layer with this one. It's just a perfect vanilla scent. Very, very sweet, like tooth-achingly sweet. Oh, but I love it so much. If you're looking for just like a really sweet, yummy, milky vanilla, and I think it's got milk actually in the notes of this one. So it is definitely like a lactonic vanilla, which you're gonna see a lot of those in this video. But anyways, yeah, love this one. It's beautiful. Doesn't last a super long time. Even if you layer this one, it just doesn't perform super well, but I love the way this one smells so much that I don't mind. It's not like the worst. I can usually get a few hours out of it. It's not the worst, but it's not the best either. But I do love it so much. It's just the most beautiful, yummy, sweet, lactonic vanilla. So anyways, that is Compto Su Pacific Vanille Extreme. I'm just gonna go ahead and get into the Duo fragrances. I may as well. The first one, this one is one of the most milky lactonic fragrances I've got in my collection. This is from Duo and this is called Milkylicious. This is actually a dupe of Liquid Imaginaire Blanche Bête. This is such a stunning fragrance. This is like, it does have quite a bit of tuberose in it. And I do get quite a bit of tuberose, but I get almost like it's almondy. I don't think this has anything almondy in it. I thought maybe it had some heliotrope in it or something like that. I don't think it does. It's just kind of this sweet, very, very milky, kind of almondy musk type scent. It is stunning. I love it. It's probably the milkiest scent that I've got in my collection. It's very, very lactonic, like more lactonic than anything else I've got. It's so beautiful. I love it. This thing is an absolute monster. The color of my liquid is already changing so much. Like you can see, it's gotten so dark. So I've had this maybe 6 months now or so, and it's very, very dark. So it's just aging beautifully. I love this. The longer it's aging too, the more it's kind of losing that really strong tuberose, and it's really, really starting to resemble the real thing. I've got a decant that I store right next to this, of the real one, and it smells exactly like it. It's so good. So anyways, that is Dua Milkylicious. Okay, next we have Dua Extremely Vanille. Again, I always remember, because I've got so many vanillas from Dua at this point that I will forget. It's like hard for me to keep them straight in my mind, which ones are dupes for which. This might be, it might be a Pico Vene Charnel or something like that. Anyways, this is a really buttery, like lactonic vanilla. Really, really beautiful. This one I would say is more buttery than lactonic, but it's like a buttery lactonic vanilla. It's beautiful. This one isn't nearly as sweet as a lot of the other ones. This is more like buttery, milky vanilla that's sweet, but not overly sweet. It's not like tooth aching sweet. It's really, really beautiful, stunning. It smells like a buttery vanilla is what it smells like, and it is gorgeous. So anyways, that is Dua Extremely Vanille. Next, we have Dua Chilled Horchata. This actually has milk in it. So this is like a milky, nutty, spiced fragrance. Or I should say like nutty, spiced, milky fragrance, because this one is very, very milky. And it's meant to be. I mean, horchata is a milk-based, or I think it's like a rice milk-based drink. It's really, really beautiful. This one is barely sweet at all, so you really get a lot of the milkiness with this one. It's not overly sweet. I mean, almost not sweet at all. And the spices, I think it's just cinnamon in this, if I remember correctly. And it's very, very muted, so it's not like overly spiced or anything either. It's really, really beautiful. This one, I just got this like maybe a month or a month and a half ago or something, and I'm just waiting for this one to kind of finish macerating and then start to age, because I think that this one, as this one ages, it's really gonna deepen up and become even more beautiful. I really love this one. So anyways, that is Chilled Horchata from Dua. That's an original creation. Okay, next we have Chantilly Vanilla. This is a dupe for something as well, but I'll have it on the screen for you because I can't keep them all straight. This is another just stunning lactonic vanilla. This one is a little bit softer than some of the others. This one is about medium sweet, I would say. It's not overly sweet, but it's not sweet at all. It's about, I would say, medium-ish sweet. Is that a word, medium-ish? It's really, really beautiful. It's just a kind of slightly sweet, milky vanilla. It's a pretty straightforward vanilla. There's not a ton going on. Yeah, it's not so milky that you get caught up in the milkiness, but it's like just lactonic enough. It's got a tiny bit of a lactonic quality to it and a tiny bit of a buttery quality to it. And then it's kind of medium sweet. It's really, really beautiful. Again, I cannot for the life of me remember what this is a dupe for. I do know it's a dupe for something though. So anyways, that one is called Chantilly Vanilla. And then the last Dua that I have that's a milky. I've got more milky Duas. These are not all of the milky Duas that I have, but I didn't want to do, I could have just done a whole video on milky Dua fragrances. So I just wanted to keep the Dua fragrances to a minimum. I think I've got, I don't know, I've got more, but Anyways, this one is called Golden Spice Latte, and this is a dupe of Lush Turmeric Latte, and this is so stunning. This is such a warm, spiced fragrance. This is one, it's macerated now, and you can see it's like starting to age, and it is so stunning. This one has, gosh, it's just come together so beautifully. The spices are so warm. You can almost feel the spice in the back of your throat when you smell this because it's so warm. Again, it's milky, but it's not overly milky. It's not so milky that you can almost smell the texture of milk like you can with some of the other ones. This one I would say is like lightly milky, lightly lactonic. It's stunning. I love this one. This one's more spice than anything, but there is a really beautiful kind of subtle milkiness to it that really kind of grounds it and smooths it out. If it didn't have that, it would be just, I think, an overwhelming like spice fragrance, which I just don't think it would be as pleasant as it is without that kind of slightly lactonic note. It's stunning. I absolutely love this one. So that is Golden Spice Latte, which is Lush Turmeric Latte. Okay, this next one, this is like a classic lactonic fragrance. This is Britney Spears' Private Show. This is a stunning perfume. It's got, this has got like it's not just a coffee note. I think it's like some kind of a latte note. Oh my gosh, it's so beautiful. This one has got some flowers in it. It's sweet. Again, it's kind of like it kind of reminds me of some kind of like a sweet, milky, iced latte. Because this doesn't have any like spices or anything in it to make it warm. So I would say that this is kind of like an iced, I don't know, like an iced vanilla latte or something with some flowers in it. This one is, it's lactonic, but it's really bright, smooth. It's not, again, overly lactonic. It's not overly creamy. It's not overly milky. It's very lightly milky. It's really beautiful. If you could just imagine like an iced vanilla latte or something, that's what it smells like. It's beautiful. It's sweet, not overly sweet, floral, but not so floral that it takes away from the coffee or the milkiness. I think it's got dulce de leche in it as well, which I think that's actually the milky note, the dulce de leche. I'm pretty sure that's the milky note that it's got in it. It's really, really beautiful. This is a tester bottle that somebody sent me. As soon as she sent me this tester bottle and I actually tested this and saw that it was 1,000,000 times better than my retail bottle, I decluttered my retail bottle and just hung on to the tester bottle. If you can find Private Show at all, you should definitely pick it up if you're interested in it. If you can find a tester bottle though, that's where it's at. The tester bottles are, I can confirm, way better. So anyways, that is Britney Spears' Private Show. And then last but not least, I have a super milky coffee fragrance. This is from Paris Corner, and this is just Eternal Coffee. I think it's what it's called. So Paris Corner Eternal Coffee. This smells, do you guys remember those Nips candies? If you're like an 80s kid, you would probably remember Nips. They were these like creamy coffee candies that our parents ate and or our friends' parents ate, and we were always trying to steal them. That's what this smells like. This is a Nips candy, just the regular old coffee Nips, a Nips candy in a bottle. That's what this smells like. It is so good. It's such a yummy, like creamy, sweet coffee. It's like an artificial smelling coffee, which is funny because the Nips candies tasted like artificial coffee. Like they don't taste like real coffee. I mean, they taste like coffee, but they have this really weird artificial taste to them. And this has that same artificial smell. Like, I'm telling you, if you could transfer the taste of one of those Nips coffee candies into a bottle and bottle the smell of it, bottle how it tasted, that's what this is. That's the only reason I even like this fragrance at all. because if I did not have the association with that candy, I would not like this because it's so artificial smelling. It really does not smell like, yeah, it really does not smell like real coffee. In fact, when you spray it in the air, it almost smells like moldy coffee. I am not making this sound appealing at all. It really does have this kind of like funky, damp, moldy coffee smell to it, as if there's like a, I don't know, a coffee, like a filter of coffee grounds that have been sitting in a sink for 3 days, like soaking in water, or like, yeah, I don't know, just soaking, chilling in the corner of a sink. That's kind of what it smells like when you spray it, but on skin, it doesn't do that. Once you get it on skin, it smells like Nips coffee candy. Yeah, this is strange. I hated this when I first got it. I was like, this is ridiculous. This is so bad. Like, this was a TikTok, I think it was. I'm pretty sure this was like a TikTok made me buy it kind of situation where I saw, which I don't trust any of those fragrance reviewers on TikTok anymore because I've been burned a couple of times. I bought some things that like went viral on TikTok as far as fragrances go. This was one of them, and this is not very good. I'm not gonna lie. I would not like this. Again, if I didn't have that association with that candy, if this didn't remind me of my childhood, I would hate this. But because it reminds me of my childhood, there's something so fun, like nostalgic about it, and yeah, because of that, I really like it. But anyways, very milky coffee, artificial smelling, but super, super lactonic. I really like this one, but only for that one reason. I like it. And if you're somebody else who also remembers and used to like those Nips candy, or if you just want something that will remind you of them, I would recommend it. But if you're not, I would not recommend it. I certainly would not recommend this to anybody looking for a coffee fragrance. Yeah, I don't know. It's a weird one. Anyways, that is Eternal Coffee from Paris Corner. And that is gonna be it, guys. I have so many Milky fragrances in my collection. I especially have like a ton of Milky samples, oils, travel sprays and things like that. If you want a part 2, let me know and I will dig around and find some more. And I have plenty more, but yeah, I do hope that you all enjoyed this. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.